beautiful ladies. Happy Friday. Thank you again for joining me for this episode of Mensimah's Roundtable. We've had our first snowstorm, which means we're heading so deeply into the winter and spending a tremendous amount of time indoors. I see that as a perfect time to commit to doing our inner work. And hopefully by the new year and in spring especially, we would literally be in a place of contentment, peace, and joy. Take on the new year. Our topic this week is about universal healing principles. There are several universal healing principles and processes that are easily recognized across cultures. And I want to discuss how we can integrate a few of them to sustain health and well-being. We discussed in episode 34, movement, where we talked about embodying praise, sacred and authentic movement, the physical and inner psychological movement that ties beautifully into rites of passage discussed in episode 36. In this episode, I want to share thoughts on recognizing humor, music, self-esteem, nature, and the supernatural as forming parts of our inner and outer healing. Let's start with humor, joy, laughter. This is one universal principle that I'm very familiar with for many reasons. I always share how in my childhood, I remember feeling that my laughter went all the way up in the heavens. And those that inhabited that space or continue to inhabit that space could hear me. As you may know by now, I sustained a back injury that put me flat on my back, no pun intended, for several years. I lost everything I had carefully put together to support my daughter and me financially, socially, emotionally. And when life takes this kind of swing at you, it is very easy to slip deep into depression. One way I know you can still look up, one day at a time, is to incorporate humor into one's daily activities. And yes, we can still laugh out loud, belly jiggle, and all. I had a regular date with the Golden Girls for half an hour, sometimes a full hour. And the transformation was magical. Humor and laughter allow us to connect to the divine child within. And a question we may choose to reflect on is, how does the laughing child come out in your life? As you grow older and experience life as we know it, sometimes we put this important healing tool on the back burner. But I assure you that it is important to have a date with this principle, and you would benefit immensely from it. And it is noteworthy that it does not cost much, if anything at all. The second principle that I want to talk about is music, sound, and chanting. Now, irrespective of your background, culture, language, you have music. And sound sustains health and well-being. Not to tell you how old I am, I used to, back in the day, list music as one of my hobbies. And you know that compiling music has evolved. You used to have cassette tapes, 8 tracks. I can't even describe them. They looked so bulky back then to what we have now. I have tracks of music from various artists that lift up my emotions and vibration. And now we have such a wide selection, easy to download, easy to tap into it, listen to it anywhere you are, on your phones, computers, in your cars. Music speaks to the parts of us that are non-linear, and it is individual. We know that singing is very powerful, and there have been times we've had to sing for our lives, literally. Have you ever compiled your own music track? Do you have songs that empower you through your challenges? Do you have songs you sing that bring you joy? Now, about chanting, I love to chant every day. Sometimes it gives me this rhythm, and life is rhythm. Chanting calms the mind and consequently the soul. Having some basic mantras to chant can have channels of awareness open up tremendously. And there are also many other sounds, like wind chimes, that can move energy and bring a pleasant tune or sound to your environment. If you do not have any of these things present in your environment, I would encourage it to play music even when you're leaving your home. Change the vibration of it. The plants enjoy it. Your pets would enjoy it. Something soft and healing and rejuvenating. Try it and let me know how you feel about this. This next healing principle is very important because it ties us to how we relate and respond to others. It is self-esteem. There is healing power in self-esteem. And this healing principle has three components: self-love, self-trust, and self-respect. Loving self means you are able to have a value of self. And when these feelings are negated, a person would experience self-doubt and fear. Fear is a debilitating illness and can have a negative impact on a whole host of issues if not checked adequately. And self-doubt and fear will definitely contribute to one's low self-esteem for a long, long time. We all face disappointments, wounding by others, or hurts. Sometimes these are prolonged in the mind. One way to avert this situation is to practice self-valuing, something we talk about at length in my women's group or other online group settings. And if you are alone, journaling at the beginning and end of the day can be beneficial. And a simple question you can ask is, how did I appreciate myself today? Now, sometimes we see people feeling the need to be in control. But the more a person feels the need to be in control, rather shows that they have some challenges with their self-esteem. Control is not self-esteem. Control means a lack of trust in self and others. Self-respect is the willingness to look at the whole of who you are, who I am. It is paying equal attention to all the parts of who you are and who I am. It means looking up for what is working and not working. Self-respect, or what I call the dignity of being you, allows us to take command of our thoughts, feelings, and aspirations and channel them in a manner that affords us the peace of mind to strategically move into alignment and to navigate challenges nimbly and harmoniously. Now I want to talk about the recognition of the supernatural as the next principle. I am not aware of a culture on this planet that does not recognize in some shape or form the supernatural. There is something larger than we are. And I'm drawn to the incredible awe and miracles all around us. We can sustain health and well-being by having faith in this aspect of our existence. And if you know me, I talk about spiritual practice all the time. Now I have an image on my phone that I look at frequently that visually reminds me of some of these universal healing principles. It is spiritual, it is mental, emotional, physical. And at the center of it is nature. Now, how does nature play into this? All cultures find nature to be very healing. It is important to know that there are 3 levels we are connected to all the time: our home environment, outdoors, and our interpersonal environment. And when it's integrated effectively, you have harmony, balance, timing of everything is in sync, and love, still with nature at the center of it. Now, in my tribe, the Akan tribe, you've heard me speak about often, the most revered female divinity is Eno Asasiya, Mother Earth Thursday. And she ranks after the supreme being, Nyame, God. And second, to be offered a drink during libations. In addition to the universal belief in Nyame, Mother Earth Thursday represents all of what is in the natural environment. And there's no word for nature in the language, in the Akan language. And it is acknowledged that the relationship with nature is embodied. There's no separation between the human experience and the universe. Everything is interrelated. And this belief system ensures that all beings within the forest, the waters, stones, represent deities that support and intervene in our various situations to assist the community. And so how we view ourselves in self-esteem, music, chanting, humor, self-love, all of it connect us to the divine intimately. Ancient traditional wisdom believes that the spirit of the human being is always in contact with the higher spiritual realms of being, even if there's no awareness. And therefore, there can be direct communication between the human and the divine planes. If we were to begin to gather medicine to heal our woundedness, understand and have an inner knowing that our Creator only sees the best in us, we can begin and end each day with gratitude and celebration. When we process these universal healing principles and integrate a spiritual practice, here we go again, we would balance life issues that lead to self-healing and transformation. To empower our respective journeys as women, we must open and integrate a worldview that allows physical healing, psychological problem solving, and exploration of spiritual sacred ways of being. And as I close this episode, I want to highlight the importance of coming together as women to learn together, to heal together, to support each other in the next phases of development, transformation, and empowerment. Remember always, you are a woman of power and grace. And confidently, I said that. Now, who is a woman of power and grace? I'll leave you to reflect on that, what that means to you. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And please, please, please share with your friends. Make comments, give us feedback. Give us thoughts on what you would like us to incorporate in our conversations. And I look forward to the next couple of weeks. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and much love to all my friends and women of power and grace.